like bomugamba kapapula, they understand because they go ahead. And you know, it's not just it's not that only the betting companies the tool are really physical, but there are also very many betting websites. Because again, I never printing a kapapula ako. Era bogamba omuntu akapapula wategere yogera ku betting. Like wabela waliyo like a mother out there who's a betting ke kapapula. Yeah. So they print it out and never see mipira.
And then the lottery is when you put in something to get more. Yeah. You put in maybe 50,000 to win 500,000. More like trying your chances on something.
And you know these things
the casinos, I think for them they bet big.
They bet big money.
And they go to properties. Like you cannot handle the money.
Susie, can you give us more details?
Movies. But like remember they sit like on a table.
Yes.
They do their game. Kati oyinza okuba, let's say you planned a certain amount of money nezigwawo, and then you're like, but why? I mean, I have a car. Let's bet on that car. Before you know it,
the car is gone.
The car is gone. Oh, the car is okay. I have car number 2. Car number 2 is gone. They go as far as betting houses. They go as far as betting pieces of land. Yes.
You know, there is something about this gaming thing. I feel one has to have sobriety or being sober. Yeah. Because all these 3 things, lottery, betting, and gaming, they are more like emotional hypes. You know, so if you are not sound in mind, you find yourself getting yourself always into that particular area of putting in more. Now imagine a situation whereby you are betting a car that brought you to
and you go back
and home.
But do you know that this betting thing actually, or even gaming, started long time ago. You remember these things buno obuntu bubeera butono naye nga buli bwali bwajjadda ebyo bintu by'obuchokolo. Obuchokolo, nywa soda ofune ekirabo. N'ogula soda, zero, nothing, sorry. Ekyo ne kiddaawo. Naye jjukira, we also used to have scratch and win.
Yes.
All those are gaming. Kwabeeranga okubupapula. There was a kapepa, simanya you've won soda.
You're trying to mean to atandika betting.
Long time ago. Olaba, by the way, these things getting into a country. Being in a slowly, they creep in slowly by slowly. By the time you get to know it, and the fact that there is advancement of technology, that is why Sue is saying that you first of all have to download the form so as to participate. So you go and download. That is all technology. Kataka scratch kayinza okuba nga tekakyaliwo naye kati ekiriwo kisingako n'obunene.
Yes. And more
and
like
you know,
online.
it's a habit. It grows.
It grows.
And it's enticing. I remember being with someone who said, nakubye mitwalo nkaaga. Why put in 2K? I was like, should give this a shot. I mean, just 2,000 and I'm getting 600,000. Just like that. Yeah, so it's a bit enticing to, if you're in a certain group of people and you win, you'd feel like I should give it a shot. It takes a certain discipline to hold back from it.
I took a touching to achieve more.
You can. If your
purpose.
But if you stay there, it grows. That's when you're going out to casinos if you can afford.
To casting out the spirit of poverty. But anyway, these companies don't operate on their own. And I believe there are authorities that are in charge of regulating and monitoring these particular betting companies. And we are seeing an advancement of them actually growing into online. Nowadays, you are looking for a song online and then this betting comes in and says win 500,000 instantly, you know, instant, fix, quick, emotional things. There is an act actually you know, this act which was formed in 2016, and it's still governing many of these companies. And many Ugandans actually do not know that this particular act exists. We are talking about the Lottery and Gaming Act of 2016 that regulates companies for them to do their operations. And we also have the national, it's called the National Gaming Board Uganda, that monitors, you know, the action of these companies. Where is the location? Do they have an incorporation of registration? But there is something that stands out for me last year when the president of Uganda actually came out and gave a directive, and he said, you know what, we no more new licenses to betting companies. Yes.
So they had stopped.
So they had stopped with issuing
licenses.
Yes, licenses.
But there is a very interesting organization that exists, and by the way, people may not even be aware. I am very sure. Or the people that are aware don't even know how it can affect you until you get trapped there. It is called the Financial Intelligence Authority, and this one is in Uganda. What does it do? It monitors money laundering risks in the betting sector, you know, and ensures betting companies comply with anti-money laundering acts. Now, wabeerawo omuntu n'abanga bwe bulijjo balaba nti oteekayo emitwalo 5 ku account, emitwalo 10 ku account, n'ojjayo 2. Kwegamba nga your transactions are small.
Yes.
The day you hit a jackpot and this organization notices, because it monitors the movement of money here in Uganda. It monitors. So when webalabanga Jean abadde ateeka the maximum yali ataddeyo mitwalo 2, ate kati ataddeyo kawumbi, zivuddewa money laundering. Now they come and get you.
Or they
come and get you. So that is how money laundering is controlled by and most people, I'm very sure, don't know even that organization exists.
Is it the same one that monitors banks as well?
It does.
Also in
yes.
banks, when you withdraw a certain amount, actually you receive. They'll call you.
They call you.
In addition to that, it relates to why URA is having this proposed amendment bill. In order that if Bank of Uganda is getting into the picture and them having a centralized kind of a system, we understand that they're trying to increase their tax base. But this is also going to be a frustration to these particular companies. Actually, when you look at the current percentage tax that these companies pay, they pay 15 previously. But just last year, it was increased to close to 30%. Katibalavanti, this tax actually is heavy on them. But Susie, oli ayinza okubanga nga yeebuuza myaka ki gye batandikirako okubetinga, the legal.
It's supposed to be 18 years old. But as we know, our Ugandans here, they fake most of the things, the identity. And that's why if you are caught that you're less than 18 years old, actually now to relate it to yesterday's topic, that new national IDs are coming with a PIN that cannot be duplicated. You cannot lie about your age. It's supposed to be 18 years and above. Even on the online websites for betting, it's actually put there 18 years and above. But as I told you, that because of the people that surround us, the peers that we keep, different people keep getting enticed. I mean, you go to these betting places and you find their young kids, you find their young children, and I'm sure it's because they've lied about their age.
True.
But talking about even what you have mentioned about the national IDs, I want to believe that the government is trying to synchronize some of these and to avoid dangerous betting, especially for the young people. Do you know that edda twasanganga abaana mu betting rooms, abato nga bali mu uniform,
ezo
lotteries ez'ebikoin, ng'obasanga omwo basuulamu bikoin ng'abaana bali mu ma uniform, even in malls.
It's like
it's okay. And but I like the way government has come up so strictly to manage especially the students, the way they've been betting. These days you cannot find someone in uniform in those places because they don't get the student, they get the owner of the betting company or the space. They penalize that one. So it is the onus is up to them to chase those children out to go to school.
Angel, you talked about the tax being increased and these people feel like it's unfair. Me, I think the reason why the government is doing that, it's because they lacked strict monitoring. Now, you know, when they get to hear, I got this much money from betting, I did this, they assume you have money. And they'll set for you the percentage that they think you are worth. That's why it's going to be nice that now they are going to monitor everything. And the payments are going to go through URA. So, and you know, with tax, it's, you have the right, or you can easily go and claim and maybe say, this is a lot of tax for me. If you have the clear documents or the clear book recordings, and you know these people, what they did, they went, this article, they went ahead and said that, actually quoting directly the bill, the operator, an operator of a casino, gaming or betting activity shall only receive a wage or money stacked and only make payments through the centralized system of Bank of Uganda under the National Payment System Act.
But do you see the interconnection of this particular move? If the Honorable Minister Matia Kasaija comes out and says, well, everyone that will have a national ID, a tax identification number known as TIN will be generated. Chiba kitegeza every Ugandan is going to be held accountable. And so a policy will come out, but for someone to participate in betting, they have to give their national ID as proof. So government we're going to watch that. But you know, speaking about that, the tax is really heavy on these companies. Katogena kulabanti, it's going to dawn down to the people that participate in this particular betting, and people do these things banange. Nayambadde suit alimu betting, nakalipstick alimu betting, online. And the online.
But I know the lady actually that I'm related to. Our friend just told us, you know, that lady bets, like she's so responsible, but. You know, people bet for certain reasons. Because when you go through her life, she's a widow. She has children to take care of. She has children that have to study. Kati ate wateka kalya kasenta kati ne kaleta magoba. Ingala baitawo at the end of the day.
Because when you look at Bank of Uganda being the centralized system, I project that even they may just give you an account where you're supposed to deposit these finances. So all these betting companies will have their accounts unified in the Bank of Uganda to monitor all the transactions that are going on, you know, so that they can have indirect control over them, meaning that companies are going to lose their voices over what they propose to have over the season, you know. But this places us in a situation whereby, yes, the control is there. Yes, the age is 18, 25 and below. But when you examine the development, Ugandans are going to be frustrated, you know, over the time.
Over time. But I want to believe that even much as we are talking or even fronting the frustration of Ugandans, it is also important to have Ugandans sane, remain sane, because a crippled nation cannot develop the nation. You'd rather frustrate something that is killing. Because we've seen how the government has come out rightly to levy heavy taxes on alcohol, and I want to believe that the alcohol consumption went a bit down, and which was to save human beings, people from, you know, and these things are being seen in hospitals, because I mean, going to, for example, Butabika, and finding that people have gone haywire because they betted their cars, their houses, and they ran cuckoos, properties, and now their children are on streets, and what that parent cannot stay sane. So I'd rather that a certain amount is levied to a luxury, because it is a luxury. It brings in money. It generates for us money as a revenue, as a nation. But also we have to be mindful of the health bit of Ugandans, so that we should drive Ugandans to this other point of this. There is this other option, and it is clear, and it is making money for other people. It can make money for you too.
You know, this kind of move, to me, I realize that it's a representation of other businesses. Whereas this move is coming in the picture, there are those that are worried, there are those that are excited, there are those that are saying, "Mfunira muwa." So, should it be a win-to-win situation? You know, but of course, it being, we shall see in future how this will go by. But if URA, I do appreciate the fact that yes, they want to have a centralized system where Bank of Uganda, you know, is collecting all this money. But how about all these other businesses that do start up? You know, if there is a free opportunity given to startup businesses to grow without having to frustrate them always with tax. And where does this money go anyway? You know, to something with infrastructure development.
But we also don't want to underplay that, because there are so many things that need to be handled and managed, honestly speaking. Look at the state of the roads. If we have seen a whole pull out of donors from financing, you know, things like roads, I mean, disaster, and all this money has to come from Ugandans' pockets. And by the way, what I also have realized is that the betting sector is just one of the things that are being handled. But maybe we shall discuss it some other time. There is also a plan that URA has for new small companies where there is a tax holiday for these small companies that are coming up, so that company etandika okukula bwebanga etandise okutambula awuno nga batandika ogijjako ki ku musolo naye obuzibu obubaddewo ebuli nti
Hello. Yes, please. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hello.
Yes, please. Thank you for watching the Sunrise Show. What do you think about this?
Let them reduce the voice of their TV.
Yeah, you need to switch off the voice of the TV so that we can be able to hear you. Yes, bring it on. Okay. Maybe
we've
those technicalities. You know.
Actually, she was just appreciating us.
Thank you.
Susie, that ear.
No, but you see, when you call in, please make sure you have muted the volume of your TV so that we can hear you very
signals,
well. Yes, yes.
You know, but by diving back into this particular one, I believe that because it's called economical development of the country, at the end of this financial year, we will see, of course, Honorable Matia Kasaija coming and saying, colleagues, money will come, you know. But at the expense of taxpayers and being frustrated, inclusive of their dreams. But there is an expectation of service that needs to be delivered at the end of the day. Bouncing back to what we are speaking about, I believe that these betting companies, CEO and owners, need to be brought on table and let them also air out their grievances and challenges that they are experiencing. Because if it's a top bottom decision will be affected.
Someone would think those guys don't even experience any
Yes.
challenges.
But well, if you are still there, you can call in. We'll be receiving those calls, or send us a message. We'll be reading what your opinion is regarding URA tightening up, all this business that is in the betting arena. Or you can tag us on our social media handles at Promise TV UJ. On social media, that is X, TikTok, Facebook, or YouTube. We'll be reading them. And if you are going to call in, please just mute your TV so that we can be able to get you more clearly. It sounds good to hear yourself when you're calling the person in the TV.
Exactly.
There's some experiences that are very memorable. But anyway, how I would like to drive this is that when such a move is made, I believe all stakeholders involved must sit on the same table. Because if you're going to... Hello? Yes, please. Let us know your name and where you're watching us from. Okay, no, we have lost you. But please keep on trying. We'll be glad to have you. And well, I believe that all stakeholders need to be brought on board. Because, Susie, if you're going to get married, or anyone's going to get married, their parents on both sides are involved, to understand that this is going to be taken. This is the bride price that we are being given. Families that are still asking 30 million anyway. All stakeholders have to be involved so that the decision made benefits all parties. Whereas betting and the gaming came in, because if this particular act came in 2016, you find that it just started about 8 years ago, and it came up as something jokingly, and I think we can get some money out of this particular venture. But if we have all stakeholders on the same table and people share their ideas, that you will realize that there is something that was overlooked in the process, of implementing this. Whereas it is proposed to be a bill, it is great. What are your thoughts?
Well, Angel, I want to believe that there were some representatives on board.
Representatives.
Yes, by the time this went on.
Okay.
Hello?
Let us know where you're calling in from and your name. Okay, hello? Yes, please. Hello? All right. Okay. Technicalities of all that, but keep trying. We are here and ready to hear from you. Yes, Susie, you.
Yes, so I think there must have been people that represented, because we can't have all stakeholders on board, really. When everybody's idea is gotten, it's hard to come to a conclusion or to. So definitely there must be representatives that were on board, and they must have done maybe a pilot before all this happened, because by the time they come up with such a system, they know what's happening in these places.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm sure there are some people that represented. There are some people.
Of course, if we are seeing that the Bank of Uganda is involved, that's a major stakeholder. The URA is a major stakeholder. But I also want to believe that the gaming has an association, and that association should have a representative, so that these things are kept. Hello, hello. Good morning. Who is in? Hello?
Wait,
hello? Okay, keep trying.
All right.
Okay. Hello, good morning. This is Promise TV. Where are you calling from?
Hello, Promise TV.
Okay.
Where is that?
We can't hear you. All right, all right. You'll keep trying. Well, I want to believe that all the major stakeholders were involved. Otherwise, this would not have come up, knowing that there is, tax evasion from these companies. But there is something that keeps coming back to me, that Sue has talked about downloading a form. That means there are also online betting companies. How are those? So how are those even going to be regulated?
They will regulate them.
How?
And actually, if you notice, many of those, when you're downloading them, actually your phone will tell you that you are downloading malware. The application.
Okay.
So you will find that your phone is telling you you're downloading malware, and these ones are usually for creepy applications that are not licensed. The ones that usually want to take our money and all that. But Susie, do you want to add on that?
Well, I want to believe that it's the cheapest, because that, and you know why some people download? Because they go to internet cafes. And with an internet cafe, you have to pay for time.
Yes.
So
actually, currently 15 minutes are for 500.
Yeah,
1,000.
it depends on where you've gone. Now, it takes time to select or to choose the game that you should go with. I mean, you're supposed to go with your mind. What do you think? Do you think this thing is going to win or not? So it takes time. You would rather print it out, you go out and you select the kind of games that you're supposed to. And that's what most of the people do. About one see, that's what they usually do. And by me, I also want to believe that you see that this.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for calling the Sunrise. What's your name and where are you calling it from?
Hello, Promise TV.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello, mwebale kuweleza.
Kale nyabo.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
Okay, we lost her, but still diving in, if you see, what should we expect now that Bank of Uganda is going to become a centralized system for these betting companies? Meaning that all finances are going to be monitored. Ezingira nezefuluma. And there are some private companies actually that did not even want this, let's call him the big guy, the Bank of Uganda, having an eye
to get involved
into what is happening in his sitting room and his business. So I feel if the licenses were, by the directive that the president gave was stopped, ojakwe sanganti the business is dying out slowly, because if the percentage was increased from 15 to 30%, that is actually twice. Double. So that means the company has to put in more energy and more effort to encourage more people to come and do this sports betting or casino game. We shall continue to see them actually grow. What I'm projecting in the future is that some of these companies will die out in the long run. And many of them will adopt to go online and remain undercover. Or if they go undercover, someone will have 3 businesses operating and will only declare one to the authorities.
Yes, as these people are worried, I want to believe many people are happy.
Yes.
Many people, especially if
that day.
the mothers to the consumers or the families to the clients of they are very excited because so many so many things are going to come up, and that means never betting. They're going to be closely monitored. Because if you're going to give in a certain amount, they're also going to trace and find out where do you get your money from? How does it get there? Yeah.
But for me, the thing I like about all this is the tax evasion to reduce, because we need the money as a country. I think tuino kwejamu gavana Uganda eyokubanga tuduke emisolo that is giyamba fe.
Well, there is a call. Hello, thank you for calling in on the Sunrise Talk Show. Good morning. Yes, what's your name and where are you calling in from?
My name is
Your name is?
mwegere nnyo ku sports betting yantama mumwogereko nnyo nnyo nnyo. Thank you for that topic.
Okay. Can you just say that again?
Tulaba.
Mwobola okwanga mwekubidde ku Promise Television. Show ki kyosinga okumatira oba kati kosinga okumatira ku program?
Thank you. That was good. Yes, I'm saying that the evading taxes is a norm in Uganda, and we have taken it as if it's okay. But it is not okay, especially when we want things to be done. If we continue evading taxes, we shall find that we shall be at the mercy of the donor instead of us managing our own issues. You cannot manage your issues when you are begging, when you're expecting money to come from a donor. The donor comes with strings attached. So if companies and people understand that it is actually for our own good, you'd rather share half-half with government. Government is saying give us 30%. Take the 70. Comfortably and happily, and be content, which is okay. It cannot kubanga kati the 70% okusasula abakozi kuba bw'obanga okola ekibalo kye ekya business. Okay, hello?
Bawange sports betting ebadde mu malawo buli kaseera n'asibwa akapapula gavumenti ejjewo ebintu ebyo n'omusala school fees abaana nga talina nga yasibye akapapula ebyo ne bamukuba sente ne bamukuba. Ndi musanyufu nnyo gavumenti ejjewo ebintu ebyo nze nankulabye.
Webale mukwano tukubirako. Wow, that is quite...
And it is a sad story. Yokugamba nti
omwami esente zibadde azimalira mu betting.
School fees w'abaana
agenda okudda naye. And by the way, olaba ekintu ekyo kibeera kizibu nnyo kuba kati abaana ate akubidde n'akulabye, meaning ayina experience. Ogenda n'otambulawo n'akulabye n'osanga abaana nga bataaya n'obupapula ate awo nnyingi nnyo awo ne bino machine slot machines bingi. Kwegamba omulabi waffe weebale nnyo tutegeeza ku nsonga eno.
Nti alowooza nti babijjeewo tebabijjeewo, just bataddeko omusolo ne bagenda kuba baba monitoringa. But of course I believe abantu bangi bagenda bivaamu nga bijjiddeko obukwakuliza obungi.
Hello.
Kale sebo naawe weebale okubiddewa.
Mwebale kuwuliriza bannange tusiima empeereza yammwe.
Amiina nnyo ssebo.
Ono Dawudi okusinziira n'ekyebando.
Ekyebando ssebo oteesa otya?
Tuli bulungi naye tusiimye nnyo omulamwa gwaffe. Ennaku zino tulabye nga ebintu bino bitutte nnyo ng'abavubuka. Era nga tusaba gavumenti esobole okulongooseraamu ekintu kye mwogeddeko ekyo ekya national ID. Kijja kuba kituyamba nnyo kubanga abaana bano abato babaawula kwabo abasobola okukola ensobi mu abo abakulu. Mwebale nnyo okuweereza bannange, tubaagala nnyo.
Tweyanziza ssebo, weebale kuba, weebalire ddala.
Weebale tuwuliriza.
Tweyanziza otuwuliriza bannange. No,
tulaba bannange tusiima mwebale tulaba.
Naye ndowooza gy'aleese bambi nkulu nnyo kubanga abaana abasinga badde bakigendeddemu ekya betting nga kibatwala. Naye gye obadde olina kyokyayongerezaako.
Naye ogamba ekyo ekya national ID kyagambye, the beauty is that kitandika mu April. kitandika mu April. Yeah, ezo national IDs zigenda kufuluma zigenda zitandika zifuna mu April this year. So it's going to be closely monitored. Ate engeri nti bagenda kuba kati baba monitoringa mu ssente bagenda tandika no monitoringa abaana bagenda mu betting companies oba mu obwo obufofofo abantu mwe bakolera betting, and that means n'aba internet cafes abaana weba printingira obwo obupapula nabo bagenda kubeera monitored.
naye era naye ekintu kino tukyogereko kuba kibadde kitwaliriza eggwanga mpola mpola amaka gafudde obufumbo abaana nga bagenderedde so really abalabi baffe kye bakubyeko ne boogerako kituufu nnyo omwami n'abetinga school fees banange the pain
naye gwe ogwo omuze munene kubanga n'abakadde I know an old man, like old. It's okay, ne bwatalya. Nenga ina kapapula. And the guarantee for you to win, the chances are very, very limited. Very, very limited. Yeah, but when you win, how much are you going to win really? Because it also depends on how much you put in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nera wetegereza if URA is given a goal every single year to hit, and so they keep looking at what particular areas that so okubanga tufuna mu sente okubanga tusisinkane no target gye batuwadde. Actually last year they gave a report on how they had surpassed the target that they had given them, you know, collecting millions of shillings. Naye okubanga tutegereza tujja kuba tulaba ebintu. Hello. Okubiddewa ng'osiziddewo omukwano. Hello. Tukuwulira. Hello. Commuting actually.
Tomu mesinzoe. Sorry.
Naye bwewetegereza, may I feel if they are given a target to hit, then we also need full accountability of where our finances are going. If the Honorable Semuju Nganda comes out and tells you that every 2 minutes, every 1 minute in State House 2 million Ugandan shillings is being spent, you know, tuba tulina okuddamu nje tugamba biki bye tusobola okuba nga tusalako in order not to frustrate Ugandans at the end of the day. How would you want to close this?
Oh, there is a phone.
Hello? Yes, please. Where are you calling from and what's your name? Oh, Auntie.
Tetukulila. We lost them. Well,
keep calling.
Yes, well, closing remarks from me. I personally want to appreciate especially the Parliament of Uganda because, yes, we've talked about stakeholders. URA is one of the stakeholders that is doing its job. Its job is to collect revenue. Now, when it collects revenue and also it remits the revenue to the, you know, to be used. I want to believe, and I've seen this in the Parliament, there is a way they control their committees. You don't, yes, the money has gone to the Treasury, but it's not just going to come out for the, I don't know, for whatever reason. And we have seen this and know that the emergencies have been handled. For example, when the floods came and the landslides and, you know, all these bigwa bitalaze, ebyo byo babikoledawo. That one has no debate. But the issues about spending, even if it is a road, I know our roads have taken years, but I want to believe that these things are going to come slowly by slowly. First of all, because it's a process, it's a system, and there are so many other things that are that need to be handled. So they are doing good. They are doing good.
Just in a few.
On this particular topic, I actually appreciate that they came up with this idea because I believe abantu banji this thing has been bothering them. Nega tebamanyi tutandikiddewa. Government tebaya tebiyingiddemu. How best can we do this? And I also want to appreciate nti when this is monitored and tamed, as Jean said earlier, that we shall be able to serve a better nation.
Yes.
Naye kati nze mba nsaba ko abantu abalala nabo to get involved, like chaffe now, and we should all be a part of this. Yeah.
But me, how I would like to actually wrap this up. I will say that if every Ugandan actually will be given a national ID, and then a TIN number will be generated for each one of them, every Ugandan must have a national ID, because we looked at how just 29 million Ugandans have national IDs previously, and what happens to the other 15 who do not get, or 16 who do not get. So it must be an equal for every other Ugandan. Jito Sasula, Atenga, me and Suzu were in the chilling, in the chilling zone. But this is how I want to wrap it up, that this move is appreciated. It's a change that is both positive and negative, and so we are called upon to adjust. And so also betting companies and entities have to prepare themselves for these changes that are coming up, so that they can be able to stay in the market without having to close out and extort people with their finances. Well, I believe we do call it a wrap right here.
Yeah, sure.
And we'll be back tomorrow same time, 6:45 to 9 a.m. And well, thank you for sticking around on the Sunrise Show. From us, you want to say bye-bye for now till tomorrow. Coming up is the kindergarten.
Welcome to the Sunrise Show. My name